What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show. We're officially here, ready to rock and roll and talk about some cut candidates that the Colts are going to have some tough decisions to make on. I mean, we have a lot of depth in the defensive line. We have 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now, quite a few receivers, some disappointing ones, and a receiver that we all love, but his time may be coming to an end in Indy due to them drafting Anthony Golding. There's a couple players on this list that you're probably gonna, not be too happy about. There's some players on this list you might be like, yeah, it's probably time for him to go. But hey, I invite you to give me your thoughts in the comment section below. That's what this is all about. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts on all this. So give me your top 3 cut candidates in the comment section below. Here we go. Here's my first one, starting off hot. The guy in the thumbnail, Ali Cox. It's quite simple for me. I mean, his age, he's getting older. He has had very little production. He's played 6-7 years in the NFL. He's just over 1,000 receiving yards, like 1,300, 14 touchdowns. Doesn't have a lot of catches. Just doesn't have a lot of production. Yeah, he's a great character, great human being. He's a phenomenal human being. He's a pretty good blocker, and he's huge, and he makes some nice big plays, some nice plays in the passing game once in a while. Like, it seems like he has one big play in a year. That's about it. And to be a tight end number 2, 1, yeah, it's time to move on. I think it's time to cut ties, and let some of that let some of that youth shift into more playing time, like Kylan Grant, so Will Mallory. You have Jelani Woods ready as your starter if he stays healthy. Even if he doesn't, and then you still have Drew Ogletree and a couple other guys that we have in the roster. I mean, Ali Cox, it's time for him to go. We have a slew. We have a lot of young talent in that room that should be getting more playing time, and it's time. It's just time to move on from Ali Cox. Man, he's a fun. He was a fun player. I mean, he was a fun human being to watch interviews of. He was always high energy, but when it comes on the field, he just hasn't had enough production. Yeah, he's a good run blocker. Yeah, he's great for the locker room, but at the end of the day, you got to perform and you got to bring this team to the next level. And Molly Cox is not going to do that. Next up, you have Ashton Duan. The drafting of Anthony Gold is the reason why I am putting Ashton Duan here. I think Anthony Gold is going to slide into the kick return guy, punt return guy. He's speedy, and unfortunately, Ashton Duan has been hurt the last couple of years. And don't get me wrong, I love Duan. He is a good receiver. It kind of depends on if Bauer is going to want to keep 6 receivers. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he kept 5 and kept a lot more tight ends. It's just kind of how he has been. And keep quite a bit of running backs and lots of linemen. That's just the way Chris Ballard has always liked to do it. Now maybe it changes up a little bit with Shane Steichen. Maybe Shane Steichen puts an end to that. Maybe he keeps Duan, but I think Duan is a cut candidate to watch out for because you have Anthony Golden and listen, Ashton Duan, he's a fun player. You put him in there 4 or 5 times a game, he'll maybe catch a deep ball every couple of games, and he's exciting when he's out there. That a deep ball is probably going to go his way, or he's going to be juke someone out and then maybe run the distance. I mean, he's a big play threat. He is an awesome kick returner, punt returner. He was awesome at all of that, but just been injured. He's been around the team for a while. He's getting a little older, and I think that's why the Colts drafted Anthony Gold, to bring some competition to the playing field and really try and get someone else in that backfield, because we lost Isaiah McKenzie. We lost a couple of guys for the kick returns. I mean, maybe we'll try Amir Speed. I don't know. I don't think so. But that's why I think they just signed Anthony Gold. I think they want to move on from Ashton Duan. Don't get me wrong. I love Ashton Duan. I love who he is as a player, who he is as a person. And that's all the Colts players. Don't get me wrong. I love all these guys as people. But when it comes to production on the field, or if it comes to injuries, the NFL's a business. It's a harsh business. It's either you make the team better, or you stay healthy, or you don't, and you move on, and you have to find something else that works for you. And I think Ashton Duan's time in Indianapolis may be coming to an end, but I do think he will find a place on another team for a kick returner or something like that. Maybe a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5. I don't think he's wide receiver 3. I think maybe he's a decent 4, 5, maybe 6. For a kick returner, but that's why he has been on the team as long as he has been, because he's been such a good special teamer. And if he stays on the team, that's going to be why he stays, because Anthony Gold was disappointing, and Ashton Duan keeps his spot with the competition and him coming back from injuries. We'll see. Next I have on the list is Denny Penner. Denny Penner is not a good guard, not a good center, and not really that good at much. But the coach just brought in the young guard / center Tanner Bortolini. So it's, it seems like it's kind of time to move on from him because he wasn't good when he was playing at right guard. He got his chance at right guard, didn't work out. He got his chance at center. I mean, he was a decent backup center, but that was about it. It still wasn't that impressive. Not enough to stay there over Wesley French or even the guy I just mentioned, the guy that we drafted in the mid rounds this year. So Denny Penner, I never want to see him on the field again. Honestly, it was very tough to watch him. I think it was a Matt Ryan year, maybe even the Carson Wentz year. I think it was towards the end of the Carson Wentz year he got more playing time and he did okay. I mean, I was never sold and never thought he should have been the starter to begin with. Go back and watch the videos. I've stated that many times, and when he started, was proven right. It was tough to watch Denny Penner in that starting right guard. I mean, he was good when he filled in for Ryan Kelly. Actually, that game we played versus the Cardinals when we had all those people out for COVID, all that stuff going on. He played a really good game, honestly. But other than that, he's a okay, decent at best backup center. He's a horrible right guard. He just doesn't have the strength to do it, but he found a way to play center okay, and don't know how, but it is what it is. Denny Penner, it's time for him to go. You have Wesley French, you have all these other guys on the line. It's time to move on from Denny Penner. And, a couple other guys, I wrote a lot of guys on the defensive line here. I mean, I have Taekwon Lewis, Bryant, Adetomiwa, Titus Leo, Eric Johnson, Raekwon Davis. I think Raekwon Davis is going to make it. I think he has a lot of talent. But some of these other guys, they're either veterans or they're a little young, haven't shown much yet. I think Adetomiwa is going to stay. I think he has a high ceiling. Titus Leo, I could see him going. He had an injury last year, didn't really get a chance to do anything. That set him back. And on top of that, he was already raw, coming from a small school. Even though he dominated the small school, he was really athletically gifted. Might not be enough. Eric Johnson II, I mean, he hasn't really shown too much. He's been a rotation guy here and there. I really think Taekwon Lewis, Adetomiwa, I think those guys are going to stay maybe, and I think Bryant, I think those three guys. No, with Raekwon Davis, no, you should probably you should probably get rid of Bryant, in my opinion. The other guys can stay. But all those guys are cut candidates, most of them. I mean, I think others are more likely than some other guys listed here. Like, I think Leo is very likely to be cut. I think Eric Johnson's very likely to be cut. Bryant, and I think we keep Lewis, Adetomiwa, and Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis is a new addition. We'll see how he plays out. So here are some honorable mentions. Now, Alec Pierce is a guy I don't think the Colts would cut. I didn't really consider him as a serious cut candidate. I more so considered Alec Pierce as a high pressure type of player with the Donnie Mitchell coming in. You have Josh Downs, have a really good rookie season. Michael Pittman, yeah, you drafted Anthony Goldie. No, I think he's going to be more of a return guy. I mean, Dulan's probably going to be cut, but Alec Pierce has shifted all the way down to the fourth or fifth receiver in the depth chart. I think fourth currently. So it's not looking good for him, but I don't think he's going to get cut. He's still young. He's still in his rookie contract. So, it's a wild card. I don't see, I think it's a very low chance if there's any at all of him being cut. Then you have Wesley French. I mean, I talked about him earlier, but we did draft not Goncalves, he's a tackle. Tanner Bortolini did draft him, so Wesley French could be on the border as well. Sam Ehlinger is a guy I want to talk about real quick. He's awesome. I mean, he's been an awesome locker room guy, I've heard. He's been a lot of fun to be around, a lot of fun for the players to be around. Good human being, as all these Colts players are, as I mentioned earlier. But, we got a guy in Keaton Slovis right now who I think in freshman year at UCLA, not UCLA, I think he was USC, same college Pittman was at, I think, actually. And Keaton Slovis had an incredible freshman year and kind of tampered off since then. Didn't really do too much since then. So he's gonna give Sam Ehlinger a little bit of competition there. Don't forget that third quarterback spot does not count towards the 53-man roster. So you could have an extra quarterback and it doesn't count. Yet you could still have him on the roster. So that's good. To have the extra depth. You never know when you need him. So I think Keaton Slovis is really going to give Sam Ehlinger a run for his money. Sam Ehlinger has been in the system for a year now, and I think that's really the only advantage he has over Keaton. And he's very enthusiastic. Really hard worker, and no matter what position he's in, he works very hard and he loves what he's doing. And he's a good. I think he has a lot. I think he has some potential. I don't really know. I think he went to BYU. I'm not really sure what he did there, to be honest with you, but I think he was okay. I mean, I don't even remember honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But I do know he had a really good freshman year and then he tampered off since then. So, all right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I know I'm kind of have a time limit, but I want to get this video out. So, thank you for tuning. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know. Give me some of your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoyed this video, sure like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you know when I send future videos. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, and I'll catch you next time.